So what's up, everybody? Today's video, I'm gonna be talking about I am beginning my hybrid training journey, right? Yesterday I decided, to meet up with a coworker. He's been trying to get me to work out with him at the gym and all that, and I was, like I said, I always had a bias against, weightlifting because of a past injury. Back when I was in high school, I did a squat with the whatever it is on your back, where you call them, the barbells, and I injured my Achilles. So since then I've said I'm never gonna touch a weight again, but since cause like I believe in signs, like somebody just keep on, cause usually like once I like push people off, like they'll eventually just stop talking to me, but since I just been more in a peaceful state, more in a just more peaceful state, not judging, not trying to be a standoffish person, I became more open-minded, especially with making friends, just branching out and all that, just being a more social person. So I decided, to meet up at the gym. This guy though, he got over 20 years of workout experience, so he's been lifting weights for over 20 years. So I trust him just based off what he told me, with the workout, and we did the workout, but we did a lot of calisthenics, and then we got into the weightlifting part. And what I can say about weightlifting now is not what I thought. Like what I be seeing like on what you see on like social media and stuff, people bench pressing like 500, 600 pounds and shit, squatting all this weight. I mean, people that is people that do that. But when I was training with him, cause like this dude jacked, like he's really jacked. But I noticed he didn't train like that. He's telling me, he's like, don't be doing all that ego lifting, cause he did all that. Cause he was just telling me, don't be, lift, cause we trained a lot of time on attention reps. So we used lighter weight, but it was time on attention. So we'd do 1, 2, then, what I'm saying, 1, 2 pauses with all that, But I like, what I can say about it though, I felt way better, I'm not even gonna lie, than after that workout than how I feel after the workouts I do. I'm not even gonna lie, like I still feel good after both, but just adding that extra weight, with the squats and stuff, I don't know, I just got a better feeling off that, and so I'm like, damn. Because I was telling him, I was like, I have a bias against weightlifting, I was like this, but he was like, I understand. He said, because he got an injury from weightlifting back when he was training, bodybuilding in his bodybuilding days, and he injured himself, and he had to keep getting shots and all that to, recover or whatever. And he said that's what led him to his calisthenics journey, because he do a lot of calisthenics as well, but he also lift weights. But the way he lift weights is not, like I said, it's not the weightlifting you see on the internet, people bench pressing 500 pounds, 600 pounds, because that's what I was looking at. I was like, I'm not ready to do all that. I could just do body weight, but he do the same thing I basically do, but with weightlifting as well, So I'm like, I can do this style of weightlifting right here, where his style of training was. I said, I can do this right here. I'm not, so when I say hybrid training, I'm not ready to be doing like 500-pound bench press and shit like that, trying to do, I'm not doing all that. I'm going to do more like, isolated bicep curls, 1, 2, slow control bicep curls, stuff like that, hammer curls, things like that. That's what I'm saying, weightlifting, things like that, hammer curls, shoulder presses with the barbell, shoulder presses, real control. That's what we was doing, real control, that shit burned. Doing like, using the cable machines, we was doing that. And this right here is gonna help my punching power with kickboxing as well. So a lot of the weightlifting exercises we was doing, I'm like, damn, this could help me with kickboxing, Cause like we was like, on the machine, it was like, we bringing it back here, and then boom, I'm like, damn, I punched, I could, my punch is gonna be way more efficient, when I'm punching and stuff. So I'm just thinking like, coming up with a different idea. I'm like, then this movement can help me with here. This movement can help me with that. So now I'm becoming more open-minded with everything. So now I'm into my hybrid training journey. You know, so I will be recording videos of me doing weights now as well. And, you know, I'm still gonna do my 20-minute workouts, 10-minute workouts, you know, 30-minute workouts, whatever, my burpees workouts. Cause yesterday I did 2 workouts. Cause yesterday I did that video, 20-minute workout. Then I went to the gym with him, you know. So I did 2 workouts yesterday. And I feel good, you know, I feel it. And also another thing, like I feel it, like the weightlifting, like I feel it in different muscle groups that I never worked before. Like I'm like, damn, like I feel it, you know, and it feels real good though at the same time, you know. But like I said though, yeah, I'm gonna start hybrid training, you know. Why not? But just do both. But like I said, I'm not gonna be doing nothing crazy though, you know, like bench pressing and shit. Like I'm not ready to do nothing crazy, no heavy weight. It's gonna be light, but it's gonna be light and controlled, you know, light and controlled shit, you know. A lot of hypertrophy, whatever they call it, you know, a lot of hypertrophy training, you know, isolation movements, stuff like that with the weights, you know. So that's what I'm gonna be working on as well. So I'm gonna be doing both. So yeah, that's all I gotta say today though. Out.